Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you, man? How are you doing?
I'm good. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Okay. So tell me about yourself, Suresh. What are you doing now in 5 minutes? Just.
Yeah. First of all, thank you giving this opportunity. My name is Suresh Raj Vetpuri. I am working as a DevOps engineer with more than 5 years of experience, cloud and DevOps role. I have good hands-on experience with AWS and multi-cloud platforms. I work with the tools like Terraform, GitHub Actions, and Docker and Kubernetes.
Mm-hmm.
And also Python scripting to the automated day-to-day tasks already knows about that one also. In my current role, I mainly focused on the managing security infrastructure in AWS, and I use the security tools like Trevis, Nick, and SonarQube. It keeps the code and pipeline security. Some of my main achievements in the organization in reducing AWS cost optimization, different projects, supporting cloud migration activities, and implementations of the second part into the DevOps security practices across the different SDLC life cycles, and also
Mm-hmm.
holding the certification into the AWS solution architect. And also recently, I had recently completed 2024 is the Oracle Foundation Gen AI certified associate level, which helps to stay updated with the latest technologies. This one, I am passionate about automation and security, cloud security, and reliable systems, and also existing in this opportunity to elaborate my one of the best of this technology. This is myself and this tech stack.
Okay. Can you please share your screen? And is it possible? Good to go.
Yeah,
Okay. Please share your enter screen.
yeah. Mm,
Okay. Suresh, I'll paste
sure.
some of the questions in the chat. Okay. Don't read loudly. Just read and give me the answers. Okay.
Yeah. The difference between EC2, ECS, EKS, right? EC2 is the Elastic Cloud Compute. This is the AWS resource provided by AWS Cloud. These are the VM infrastructure based on the compatibility of the OS level things happening is there fully managed of the kernel based of these things in the AWS providing the different VMs are there. It is the Windows and Ubuntu and Mac side of the VMs are available in the AWS side. ECS is the microservices entirely in AWS ready-madely creating into the like Docker Swarm type of things. We are Elastic Container Service means to only for deploying into the containers, and also we are handling into the VMs kind of thing also. That means ECS target is based on the only for managing of your containers. The two different availability, two different things are available in the AWS cloud side, in the ECS side. EKS is the Elastic Container Service based on Kubernetes cluster side. These are the control plane is managed by the AWS, and only worker nodes will be handling into that in the DevOps engineers perspective. We are deploying into microservices architectures into the in this clusters case. That is the thing difference between three things. How do you implement a blue green canary deployment? Yeah, the implementation of the blue green deployment is two environments. Is one environment is the blue environment and another environment is the green environment. The blue environment is the desired state of particular the older versions are there. Green environment is new version is deployed into that particular your feature is developed into deploy into the green version. This is the can implementation of the blue green deployment to shift the traffic into the green deployment. This is this is for the strategy for deployment strategy, and canary deployment is continuously shifting into the traffic in one environment to another environment. These are the things, the difference between the blue, green, and canary deployment. How do you manage the cost in AWS for the DevOps workloads? Basically, cost for AWS for DevOps workloads, we are managed by the ECS and EKS clusters based on the container runtime only for the desired count and maximum count. What are the traffic flows through the cluster based on the auto scaling performance in the peak hours. That time we are find out into that a maximum minimum kind of tasks and scale up and scale down kind of things. That time you have managed the cost and everything about the services.
I said, don't read the question loudly. Okay, just look at the question and give me the answer.
Yeah. I have three types of DevOps practices. It is newly created by my project. We are CI/CD pipeline integrated with AI model of OpenAI kind of API to trigger with the CI/CD pipeline smoothly deploy into that particular environment. And any issues are breaking pipeline, you have find out into the something the newly the bug is resolved into that AI and re again trigger with CI pipeline and implementation of the CI to integrate it into that thing is we are implementing. And another practice is the sec of part. We are we have integrated with the CI pipeline in the Privy and Snyk and SonarCube also. SAST and DAST operations in this practice in this in between the CI pipeline to trigger into the flow. We are a report is generated into the before deploying into the particular vulnerabilities happening in the microservice level uh, before deployment of the production side. That is the two things. And the third thing is to implementation of Argo CD. Argo CD wise integrations, we have to smoothly deploy into that particular AWS EKS cluster in the microservices. These are the things AWS implementation practices. Yeah. Uh, 502 error is based on backend of the service is not reachable into the business logic side. We are server is not reachable to the 502 error in between the application EC2 behind on
What are
ALB.
the steps you approached? Give me the steps you approached to solve. What are the steps you take? What are the steps you will take to resolve the issue? How do you troubleshoot? What is the problem? Where is the problem? Step by step.
You deploy application on EC2 behind. Yeah, actually, we have find out the EC2 EC2 instance. The instance to interact with ALB. ALB flows through the traffic goes through EC2 instance in between the target which of the target target group mentioned into that is EC2 instance. The target is missing or not, we can check with particular target, and the port is um, which port is uh, uh, which port is assigned to that particular node group. That thing we have troubleshooting into that way to implementation of the 502 error is resolved.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So do you have an idea of implementing, deploying the machine learning models?
Yeah, we are
Okay.
implementing in recently the DVC and ELT pipelines. Data pipelines are recently implementation of the DAZN. We
Okay.
are
For
model
example,
versioning and yeah,
for example, AI team developed a machine learning model and locally they deployed using Fast API. Okay.
okay.
Now you need to deploy that service into, they push the changes into GitHub. And in that GitHub, they have created a Docker image and they created the requirements.txt file where all the Python requirements are there and all the code samples. What is your approach to deploy this? How do you deploy this in the environment so that fast API URL can be exposed? For example, ABCR Nation. So you can say apps.abc.com, something like that. How do you do that?
The deployment happening is there in this DevOps life cycle is the process is behind the pushing into the Docker image and building into CI/CD pipeline and deploying into the particular API into the microservices, any cluster, Kubernetes or ECS cluster, based on
Mm-hmm.
Argo CD base of deployment is there in this particular thing. We are model versioning in build of DVC, build maintenance of that one.
That is the way you can deploy the service completely. What are the steps I said? First of all, what do you do? For example, you have given a core infra, right? You don't have the complete infra is given just now. You need to create. So how do you deploy that? So you will create an EC2 machine, or what do you do?
The deployment is happening is there in the we are microservice level of things you are telling about Docker file, right? The deployment of the EPS and the ECS. Uh, we can
Mm-hmm.
prepare the cluster and these are the not a hands-on way to it. We can infra provisioning into the Terraform side.
Mm-hmm.
The cluster is provisioning into the Terraform side and deploying into that particular latest tag to SHA code to deploy into that particular API into the particular node into the pod. That's why the
Yeah.
API is.
Okay. Do you have an experience of deploying that fast API? Did you make it? Did you do it or no?
Yeah, microservices APIs are deployed into the Kubernetes cluster. I have
No, I mean
experience
to
in
say
that one.
not microservices, man. Do you have an experience of that deploying machine learning models, fast API models into
Yeah, this is
any
my
container?
idea. Yeah, idea about this one, but that not experience wise. I would say. Hello.
Yeah, Suresh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. Some network issues there.
Okay. Okay, please go ahead, share your screen. So you have an experience of deploying fast API or not? Previously, did you do?
I'm not There in the fast API, we are microservice
Mm.
level of architecture. We are working serverless type of things and migration strategies and cost optimization activities. Also.
Okay. Okay, the next question. Yeah. Did you see the question? Please answer the question.
I'm not idea about this question.
You don't have an idea. Okay. Okay, next question.
Um, the secure ML endpoints means we are using the SageMaker. We are
Mhm.
the designing of machine learning models to build and create the SageMaker endpoints to secure that one. Security purpose to use in the IAM role to can create the IAM role and what access to user and access to the permissions about the user in the policy attached to that one. That's why we are securing the ML endpoints.
Mhm. Okay. For example, your team wants to migrate from monolithic service to microservices on AWS. What is your approach?
I have approaching into that particular EC2 instances in the monolithic side. We are configurations about the detailed information, CPU, memory, what are the requirement is there in detailed manner to gather and the convert that manner that process and that data is converted to the Docker file. The creating the Docker file means different stages are inbuilt of the Docker file. The minimal image is based on the minimal image based on the performance of the code to build the Docker image to create the microservice layer of architectures. That's why you have doing that particular strategy we are using that one.
Okay. So how do you rate yourself in Terraform
4
out
out
of
of 5.
5?
Yeah,
Okay. So which scripting language you're comfortable with? Python or TypeScript or which one you use in scripting
Python.
language?
Yeah, Python is a comfortable.
Python is the scripting language. It's okay. Okay. So for example, let us take a scenario-based question. I have two clusters. Okay. So one is another one, the replica cluster one, replica of the cluster is cluster two. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if cluster one goes down, how can I route to cluster two? How do you make that available cluster two?
It is the same account, different account.
Hmm?
It's a cluster one in cluster two is the same accounts or different accounts are based on.
Different networks in different regions also. Think.
Actually, we are doing in the on top of AWS VPC peering. The two clusters are different accounts are different regions. We are connected with these particular cluster node inside of the subnet route table to this account of the subnet route table to connect with routing traffic goes through that particular cluster. That's why we are we are the that is the traffic goes to one method and another method is the any disaster recovery replica is downside. You can multi availability zones to deploy the disk clusters in the AWS side in the future. That's why you,
Mhm.
any one cluster is downing into that any region, we have to traffic go to another cluster.
Okay, what is Route 53 protocol? Route 53.
Route 53 protocol. 53 is the port number of the DNS. Um,
Yeah, nice. Okay. Okay. Any questions for me? So, one last question for you, Suresh. Why are you looking for a change?
I have, I am interested into the AI side. We
Mm-hmm.
are looking into building, already is completing in the LLM and SLMs models and Oracle Foundation Gen AI side. We are building with the extension of the DevOps models in combination of the AI. That's why I'm looking to the change. I eagerly waiting for the opportunity for the ML ops and everything, any kind of projects handling. We are upgrading into the cloud environment side also.
Okay. Any questions for me?
Um, I have one question is there. Um, what are the mainly using the model in the ML workflow side? Any kind of AI or
Come again. Come again. What are the
what is the API to integrate with your applications to running into that code in the AI
fast
application?
API? We are
What is
using
the
fast
model
API.
API model using for the Hugging Face or any kind of models are using
No,
in the
that is they are talking about LLM, right? LLM can be on any. We can use LLM instance, and then we'll route through fast API
are you
endpoint.
using any projects in the APIs?
We have
LL,
lot Bedrock using Amazon Bedrock. We call them LLMs. No need for an API. Just we can make a call to Amazon Bedrock models. Externally, if you want to build Hugging Face API, you have to build, then you call it. But for the internal purpose, we don't use. We use Amazon Bedrock. Claude, we
okay,
use Anthropic, ChatGPT, we use it. Like,
okay, that is fine.
okay,
Yeah, sure.
okay. Thank you, Suresh.
Yeah,
We'll
thank you.
get back to you. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sure.